Lexi.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Last Slice podcast. We are joined with Trill Boy.
Yo, what's going on, internets?
We got Bodega Cat.
Rufio.
And we have an NYC legend in the building tonight. He call him Jared Cameron, a.k.a. J Cam. Welcome to the building. Welcome to the fucking show. How you doing?
Thank you.
Welcome. I am so happy you're here, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for coming on.
Legend, bro.
Legend.
A legend,
bro.
Legendary.
Listen, you could not go out in New York City without hearing this kid's name. You could not get into a club. You could not go into a bar.
Preach.
You could not talk to a girl.
Preach.
You could not see a stripper.
Preach.
If money was sold, it went through his hands first.
Facts.
If there was a party going down, it went through his hands first.
Facts.
100%.
If you wanted to have a little get together in your backyard in the Bronx, it went through this man first.
It was on point.
Do you want to know something?
What's up?
Let's hear it.
He is the only model in the game with a mixtape.
That's
The hottest model in the game with a mixtape, bro.
Fire.
That was our
Fire.
that was our thing back in the day, bro. That was our thing back in the day. He was like the only model
Top
in the
5
game.
greatest rappers alive. Jared.
That's right. Number one, baby.
What's going on, brother?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, I miss you guys.
We had to give you a legendary intro for a legendary person.
I
you know?
needed that. I'm hyped.
It's been way too long, man.
It's been a while,
way
man.
too
It's
long.
been a
5
while.
plus. It's got to be 5 plus.
It's been
gotta
way too
be.
long.
Yeah.
And we're right across the bridge. What's up?
No, I mean I'm with you. I'm over on the.
I think I saw you probably like 2 or 3 years ago at that the VR event that you did.
That's right. Yeah, Beyond Perception.
Yep.
It's one of my events, man. We did a VR pop-up out in Soho.
Okay.
We had like 5 chairs with VR. We had the Oculus going. No, they have Oculus 2, I think, but we didn't have that back then. But yeah, man. VR is one of the things I do out here. I love games. I love creating. I love writing new stories. I love original content.
Speaking of stories,
Yes.
Hey.
Here it is.
it's a legendary story. You're a legend, bro. You're a legend, bro.
It's like a
But
Bible.
Ocean Dreams by you.
By me.
By you.
Number one.
Number
My
one.
First book.
First book ever. Now you said, are you writing another one, or do you have like a?
No, I'm focusing on this one, but I'd be open to anything in the future, man.
Look at this
You can't
guy,
say
bro.
no.
It's a legend picture, bro.
Yes, sir, bro.
This guy's face
It's a
on the
legend.
Shout out to
Legendary
Marcos
picture.
Burgos out in the Bronx.
like Stephen
Puerto
King
Rico.
up in here.
Yeah, dude.
Somebody call Netflix right now. Get him on the phone. please.
Well, hey,
Get him on the
listen,
phone
we out
right
here,
now.
bro. We out here. But
about to be on my
explain your
Ari
book,
Gold.
man. What you write about?
So, Ocean Dreams. I was working on this book for about 2 years, and then Corona hit. But the inspiration behind it is a lot of the people that was close to me started dying. Grandmothers, aunts, friends, some from suicide, another from heroin overdose, and then others from cancer and so on. So I really started thinking about what I could leave behind in this world. And one of my skills just happens to be writing. I've always been a writer ever since I was a kid. I've always written poetry and short stories and things like that. And me and Marcus even used to talk about the J-Cam Chronicles and all kinds of stuff and
bro.
writing a book someday. This was like 10 years ago. I always knew I'd
bro.
write something, but this is not quite the J-Cam Chronicles yet. But it's about grief. It's about loss. It's about dealing with it. It's about finding your identity. It's about existing in a place that you feel like you don't belong to, and how do you get over that? The main character's name is Kyle. Just to give you a little bit about it, you can find it on Amazon, by the way, and read more about it. But he lost his parents at the age of 2 due to a car crash. He was in the car as a baby. His parents didn't make it, but he did. He was saved, and he ends up in the foster home for the rest of his kid's life. I would say about till 18. And then he aged out. And actually, a lot of people age out of these foster care homes. Usually like 20% of people age out as soon as you turn 18. They basically kick you out and you end up homeless. Most of them have PTSD. Most of them don't have a high school degree, even GED. Don't have any help. So I wanted to root my story in something that was very familiar to New York City, because if you look around, you see a lot of homeless people, especially during Corona. That was a big thing that I noticed too. That was the overlooked population. And so, also one of my friends who OD'd on heroin, he was a drifter, so to speak, and he was a part of that homeless underworld of New York City. So I got to learn a little about that. And so I just wanted to bring a little bit of my experiences and the people I love in this book. My godmother is actually the woman on the cover. And I have my mother in there as well. I have some of my grandmothers, and I just wanted to give something back and have something solid that I could look back on years from now and said, I did something that I could give back to my moms and let them know I love them, and kind of drop some gems in there and some life stories and some lessons that I learned. And so that's everything you'll find in Ocean Dreams. Yeah.
That's deep, man. I like it.
I know.
Yeah, well, Ocean Dreams. And you're wearing a hoodie, too.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
You gotta promote.
rock.
It's got the merch.
Self-published, Amazon. I'm promoting my own thing, marketing. Got to do everything you can. New York City, you know how it is. You guys are hustling.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
It's the hustle. But, I mean, for you to be so young to come out with a book, I mean, that's huge. And it's awesome. It's got to be an awesome feeling for you, though, too. It's that you can go on Amazon, purchase a book that you wrote.
It's surreal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you did.
It's surreal.
It's like crazy, like a
How
product that
crazy
you
is-
made
yeah.
that you could literally sell on like Amazon and stuff and whatnot. Like it's mind-boggling. Like,
Something
it's
that
crazy.
came from your mind onto paper, and now
Yeah.
other people can read it. It's like a little glimpse into your mind.
It's definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I hate essays in college. Like, I hate doing a 20-page paper you got to fill with fluff, because I never understood the point of that.
It's like how I'm gonna fill the rest of the page.
For me, creating page after page of imaginary, fresh stuff that nobody's ever even thought of, that you can just come off the dome, and you're not reinventing stories, you're not pulling from other stories and remaking them. That's exciting to me.
Yeah, because you're creating, and you're a creator and an artist, and that's what majority of people don't understand, that aspect of putting yourself onto something, and creating something that you are familiar with. People are a little bit afraid to be themselves and put themselves into a artist like mindset. You know what I mean? And I can understand why. I really can understand why. But when you put yourself out there, you're kind of vulnerable. But at the same time, it's like, I created this, and people can relate. Have you ever gotten any feedback on it?
Yeah, there's a couple of comments up on Amazon, some reviews that really made me feel good about releasing the book. As an artist, you're always judgmental about your own work, and you never really know what other people feel unless they tell you. And most of the time when people tell you what they feel about your work, it's not good things. But unfortunately, I should say fortunately, all the results and all the feedback has been great. Awesome. I get a lot of follow-up questions, and there's a lot of breadcrumbs and different things in there, and people were asking me like, is this happening? Is this not happening? What's going on here and here? And so I like that people have a lot of follow-up questions and want to know more about it. That really shows a lot of engagement. So for me, the hard part is trying to figure out how to get it into more hands, in front of more eyes. It would have been easier without COVID, obviously, because nightlife and other kinds of events that you can do all the time. But because of COVID, I didn't really do a book launch or anything that I had originally planned to do. And I was going to do something hopefully at the National Art Museum, which would have been really cool. But some of that took a delay. And I think it was actually a blessing in disguise, because it made me focus more on the actual work and the actual project at hand and the art, and not so much the spectacle of it, and not so much what the reaction would be, but actually just paying 100% focus on the work. And I think that's important. I think we have to remember not to judge our work before it comes out. Just give it everything we have, and then let it go.
Yeah. I mean, I agree 100%.
Yeah, man.
That's it. You did what you can. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not up to you at that point. Now it's just like whatever, people perceive, what they wanted. That's the thing about creating. It's just like, it's like one of those things. It's just like you always think about, what's the criticism going to be? But once you send it out, it's just like, that's it. It's over.
Yep.
Whatever happens. But
You gotta have confidence in yourself.
Yeah,
No matter what
you
it
gotta
is.
believe it. I tell everybody, you have to believe in yourself first because nobody's gonna believe in you.
Yep.
That's
it.
the most powerful force.
100%.
Usually, most people don't care about what you're doing.
Yeah,
Most
it's
people,
true.
and they don't have to
100%.
care.
It's true.
You know,
100%.
either one way or the other. And you should feel honored if someone does care enough to say something to you, whether it's a bad or a good thing, because you can use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
It's worse if nobody says anything about what you're doing. I
100%.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, some type of engagement. That's what you want. And I say here too is like you want that engagement, even if it's negative or positive. You need that so that people are listening. You take it for face value, and then you spin it to where you know what you could use it as your advantage, or you just keep on going however you want to go. But you know, it's definitely motivating to hear feedback from people. You know, I tell them all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, it's amazing. You know, that people actually take the time out of their day to listen and watch our stuff.
At the same time, after the fact, after the art is done, after I do my thing, then I don't mind a little feedback. If you get too many voices in your head while you're trying to create,
Yes.
or while you're in the stages of planning whatever you're creating, that could get a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts corrupting like your whole creativity. Makes you think. It like takes you out of your space a little bit. Like you just want to do it without like really getting too much like critiquing, so you could get in the zone and whatnot and really create what you want to create. You know, not based off of like people's comments or like critiquing and stuff like that. That's like when you create like the best shit. Like
Yeah, as
Honestly.
an artist, you know that, especially when you're drawing and stuff like that. You know, I can't even imagine. That's one of the things that I always wish I could do, but I realized that I could paint with words, so I chose to really focus on building that strength. And I think that's a lot of what I tell people as well, is that you got to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You can build up your weaknesses, but focus on your gifts and then use them. Focus on the one you enjoy the most. Go after that, build that, use that to your advantage, try to monetize that, and then start from there. And everything kind of falls into place. Either you'll fail or you'll succeed, and then no matter what happens, you'll keep learning and you'll keep getting better.
And like you said before, it's all about risk. It's all about risk.
Risk.
Now, question.
So,
Is there going to be more books to come?
I hope so. I would love to do that. I'm an artist, so I want to see this through. I want to see where I could take this first before I think of any sequels. And I would really love to turn it into some sort of series or animated series or live action series or something. Like I said, I would definitely talk to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I know somebody would be interested because I see a lot of stuff on there that's questionable that I wonder how they got on there. So I'm like, you know, just give me a shot.
Yeah,
I do have directing experience and all that as well. I make films, and I write a lot of films and scripts and different things for other people. So, you know, I'd love to be a part of that project, but I would sell it. I mean, you know, if the price was right, I'd sell it too. As long as I had hands on it, you know, and they don't really stray away too much from the premise of the story for the gems and everything. But yeah, I really would like to see this grow into something special. I think a lot of people could use something like this right now. I don't think of anything that really comes to mind when you think of a book like this, except something like The Alchemist, because of just the journey and the lessons you learn. And that's probably the closest book that I could equate it to, because it's about a person's journey and their growth through that journey to the end. So, yeah, I'd love to see another book, but more so, I'd like to see this become something more first.
We do too.
oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
More to tell. More
Yeah.
stories to tell, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, more stories. Yeah.
And it's ongoing. That's it.
I mean, it's all been rooted in everything I've been doing the last decade. I mean, that sounds like a long time, but it goes so fast. And I mean, there's a little bit of fashion in there. You know, when I wrote the book, it comes from a scriptwriter's perspective because I'm writing it as if I'm seeing it in a film, because I'm already having that vision in advance. And I think that's just a part of the process that you need to have if you expect whatever you're creating to really have a long shelf life. You got to really know where you want to take it from the beginning, I think. And so, yeah, I use my fashion in terms of the artist I worked with for the illustrations. She's a haute couture illustrator. She's from Mongolia. Her name is Zoljagal Enkbold. I call her Zol for short. and she's in Australia, but she's from Mongolia. But she's like a top YouTuber, and she shows people how to draw on different things with watercolors and different kind of utensils and stuff. But yeah, she's pretty amazing, and she did all the illustrations. There's about 19 illustrations in the book. I think 19 chapters, one illustration per chapter. Each illustration has a character in it. The character is most likely someone named after someone that I know personally.
Okay.
But yeah, I try to incorporate a little bit of everything that I've been doing over the last 5 to 10 years.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm very proud of you, man, because to come out with something like this and to sell it, and I mean, even the art is amazing too. So,
And it's a very personal story too, like to put out there and stuff like that and whatnot. Like, so
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro.
So book writer, club promoter.
Yep.
We got a VR business going on. And you do some realtor.
I do real estate. I do rentals in the Bronx, Manhattan. We have property by Columbus Circle, like right on Columbus Circle. That's my favorite property. But I mostly deal with the Bronx and Westchester. A little bit of White Plains, but that's almost out of my reach.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, I had a bad experience one year when I was not working real estate and I was looking for an apartment, and it was horrible. I think we met with like 3 or 4 different realtors, and each experience was just one after the other horrible. And I was like, look, if I could get into the real estate game without getting a license, because I didn't want to take the test and go through all that stuff, and I was like, if I can get a job in the real estate industry, I definitely take it, because I want to help people get homes.
Right.
I realize how many people need that, especially.
Trust me, with Trill over here, when Trill was looking for a new spot, we've experienced some of the assholes out there.
Oh,
in the
man.
realtor
Oh,
world.
the whole thing, yeah.
Some of the
Scammers.
From like
and-
renting apartments, selling a home and stuff. Like it's a whole process when it comes to like whole real estate and whatnot. Like
everybody's shady and wants to make a buck, but nobody's transparent. You know,
no.
nobody realizes at the end of the day, you're talking about a home, someplace I need to live.
Yep.
You know, but everyone wants to think of the lore of buying a new home versus what's practical.
Yeah.
What a person needs.
And the qualifications. Just crazy.
And it's crazy too, like literally 3-digit numbers like really represent who you are, which is like kind of messed up, which is like your credit score and whatnot. When it comes down to like finding a place, this and that, like it shouldn't even be like that. Like it shouldn't be like the way to identify who you are and stuff like that. It's like kind of crazy, but
I think they shouldn't even count like 2020 credit
yeah, they shouldn't.
at all. That
Should be
That should be
wiped off, right?
expunged.
should not count for a lot of people.
Any changes, just wipe it.
It should
Never
be
happened.
expunged, man. Like seriously.
Imagine how many businesses their credit score went down because of 2020. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Like,
nobody's fault either.
If
Yeah.
you were a bar owner, it's kind of like the blip from Endgame.
It's crazy though.
Yo, essentially, like if you
Literally
think
the
about
blip
it.
from Endgame. Everybody's
Really
coming
think
back
about it.
after a 1-year hiatus
Yeah.
of just like whatever. Well, the world's just slowly coming back now. It's just like,
Yep.
That's right.
they're
Coming
like,
back online.
what did you do during the blip? What did you do during the past 5 years? Well, I wasn't here. I was dead. Well, you got nothing to show for the last 5 years, or you got nothing to show for the last year. It was damn COVID. I couldn't do anything.
COVID
What do you
City.
expect from me? You know,
And now everybody's coming out, taking a peek outside.
Taking a peek, like,
like
yo.
groundhog.
Looking
Peak motherfuckers came out fucking swinging. They were like, "Yo, let's go party."
They broke the
I
fences,
was like,
bro.
what?
Oh, everybody's ready. I
broke
went
the
out, I tested the
fences.
waters. I kind of creeped in the nightlife a little bit in the last few weeks, and I'm checking to see if people are slowly but surely making it.
Now,
Yep.
you, when we met you, you were modeling.
Yep.
Now, explain how you got into that.
Well, I wanted to
Look
get into
at
modeling.
him.
Look at him.
I mean, look
Fine
at the guy.
specimen.
Look at them. Look at them right now. Look at our viewers. Like, look at this guy.
I was
True.
I was on the Brooklyn Bridge and I got discovered, and that was it. You know, signed my first $1 million contract. No, I'm kidding.
Once again, look at him.
No, I
You know what's funny? It's believable. I was like,
I was just like,
I was
wait,
like,
what?
yo, wait, he's a millionaire?
I wish. You know, I went to school. I went to college for acting. I didn't finish college. I left early to pursue fully acting because I was going up to school 6 hours away near Buffalo. And I decided to put more effort into my dreams. So when I left college and I came back to the city and started doing more castings and different things like that, because imagine 6 hours away, I was trying to take the bus and go to school and come to castings, and then 6 hours back, it did not work.
There ain't nothing in Buffalo.
There's
nothing in Buffalo.
Plenty of snow.
There's
Plenty of snow.
Yep.
And a
There's
giant
snow?
waterfall.
No, there's snow and white
frozen
people. That's it.
waterfall.
Snow and white
A
people.
very long. It's a long drive.
There's nothing
So,
to. There's nothing to
nothing
do
else.
up there
Long
but
drive.
drink.
So imagine me, a city boy, in class, learning about acting and stuff in the books, but not really being able to do it. But if I go back home, I can do castings and I can be in the midst of it.
Oh, yeah.
and, I can do, and so I chose to do that instead.
Smart
and
move.
I did headshots, and fashion came from the headshots, basically. I went to go get headshots for acting, and they said, hey, can you come back and, do this photo shoot for this designer? And I was like, sure. And then after that, the designer was like, hey, can you walk for me? And then after that, it was like somebody saw me at the show, and the photographer said, hey, can you do this magazine shoot? And so it basically took a life of its own. And I decided, well, I could use it as a form of marketing. I've always had that business mindset. And then it was always more of not just being a model and not just being something superficial and taking the instant gratification of, wow, you're on the runway and you're in these photos and you're in these magazines, but how can I leverage that? For me, the name of the game was always leverage, leverage, leverage. He's been there with me, Marcus, for a long time. And he saw a lot of the beginnings of my fashion shows and my modeling. And honestly, I still do that now, but it's a little different with COVID. Everything's digital castings, and that's not really doing the job for me right now. So I'm liking that things are opening back up. Now's the perfect time to really, if you're a model, if you're an actor, to redo your portfolio, to redo all your test shots, shoot with some new people. Like, this is the time for everything to restart. But yeah, that's how I got started in modeling, man. It happened through acting, and acting is my main passion. I went to school for that. So script writing, playwriting, directing, you name it. That's really my field of expertise. I watch movies like every day. I'm addicted to movies, and I just love creating things, man. I love cinema.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, because I love cinema too. So we're going to get into this conversation now.
I love it.
Well,
I'm going to make this hard because everybody's like, oh, what's your top 5, right? I'm going to go with what's your top 3?
Top 3, man. I don't want to get burned alive because
It's crazy. Yeah. I'm putting everybody on the spot right now. Like, that's it.
I need to think about this. You pass.
He's like,
I think Kenny knows.
Double
you
dare.
go
Double
now.
dare.
Yeah.
I think Kenny knows what his top 3
Yeah,
are.
I think you do, right?
Yeah, you do.
You
My
know.
top 3 movies.
yeah.
Top 3 movies
Of
all
all
time.
time.
All time.
Yeah. You already
I
got
put
this. You got
everybody
this in
on
the
the
bag,
spot.
bro.
Like they know you better
You
than
got
you
this
know.
in the bag.
Listen.
Uh-oh. Starting at
Put
number 3.
everybody. I put
This
everyone on the
This
spot.
is in no particular order.
Okay. Doesn't no.
Black Hawk Down.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that's interesting.
That was deep.
The
That's
acting,
interesting.
the cinematography in that movie, the audio, just the filming of the 7.1 surround sound
Yeah.
audio of that movie, the color space that the director used
Wow,
to
he's going in.
differentiate the colors between.
You opened up the vortex.
Okay, so
Rick and Morty.
I'm gonna put it to you all this way. When I started getting into TVs, and I used to work for Best Buy, and I build PCs and all that. Like, when I bought my first 4K Ultra HD TV, when 4K first came out, the first movie I went to buy on Blu-ray was Black Hawk Down. Just because I had the full surround sound set, I had THX certified speakers, so I had movie theater quality equipment in my home, just so I could get that effect. When I popped in that disc and I put that movie on a 4K screen, and just seeing the difference in the colors, and then flipping it from regular sound to the full 7.1 surround, blew my mind.
He felt like he was in the
Blew my
chopper.
mind.
In the chopper.
And he said it exactly. That scene,
We got a Black Hawk Down. We got a Black Hawk Down.
that scene with the choppers. If you play that scene on disc in your home and you have a full surround sound set, you hear every whoop, 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 whoop,
Yep.
whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
And then when the guy is running, the one who actually went deaf in the movie, he's running with the M249 light machine gun. And you hear that thing going cha-ching, cha-ching, as it's shooting,
with the bullets
and
flying.
you hear the bullets. You feel and hear it in that movie. Then the other thing was the black color of the helicopter versus the color of the sand. I forgot where they were, but the color of the dirt. Somalia. The difference, right? The contrast in there. That movie to me is perfect. I wouldn't change it.
I ain't mad at that. I really enjoyed that movie. I really
Now,
That was a good one.
another one, and this one, you know, the directing of Black Hawk Down was good. The story was good. You know, it was based off a true story. My second one is going to be Gladiator.
undisputed. I mean,
Gladiator is another one that
good one.
the filming,
Classic.
but that one
Joaquin
has
Phoenix.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
Right.
I'm sorry, but with that role,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever hated any character as much as I hated that
That and
character.
when he poisoned
even
him.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
man.
I watch it till this day. I can't stand it. I cannot. I look at him. I'm like, I fucking hate you, bro. I hate you. You know, because that's the way he made you feel, man. That was crazy.
when who's the actor that played Gladiator?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. When Russell Crowe is walking in the field and he's having the dream about his dead family,
And he's
Oh my God.
stroking
yeah,
the
he's,
grass, that scene,
yeah.
that does it for me.
You cry?
Yeah.
Cry. You shed a tear.
So I mean, I know you guys are seeing a trend because I picked out like 2 action type drama movies, but my third one,
Hey, Gladiator's a fucking classic.
Yeah, that's a
It's
classic.
a classic. So
But
you
my-
can't. Black Hawk Down is not in the same category, but Gladiator is definitely that classic movie that everyone could agree with.
my third and final one, Fifth Element.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Corbin
I
Dallas
know it.
multi-pass.
I knew
Dallas
it.
multi-pass. That's
I
your,
knew it.
That's like the COVID pass right now. Corbin Dallas COVID pass.
Excelsior.
When the lady, the Luna, is singing in the opera house.
The Opera House.
Man.
Oh my
That
God.
scene right
Dance.
there.
Who was it? Chris Tucker? Who?
Yeah,
Yeah, Chris
Oh,
Tucker.
man,
Yeah.
that was a
Right?
great role.
Super
And
green.
Chris
Tucker.
Ruby green.
Yeah.
When
Oh my God.
whoever wrote that scene where she's singing, right? And they're panning the opera house and you see everyone's face in awe and you see the jackets that the men are wearing, the suits, and then you see the red roses. The palette on that, the contrast between the rose and the jacket is perfect.
You get deep. bro.
Yeah, indeed.
This is why I spend a lot of money on my TV equipment. I want a movie theater in my house.
Oh, man.
That's how I am.
That's how you
The
live.
sounds of the bullets flying also in that movie, especially even when they explode on the wall, you can hear the rubble as it crumbles and hits the floor.
Oh, man.
The colors in that movie are ridiculous. The animation, for some reason, was very perfect. Because if you ever watch a movie sometimes nowadays and you look back,
They don't age well.
right, perfect example was the Blade movies, Blade 2. The animation is garbage. But in that movie, when the Luna, I think she's called, she's singing, right? And they're panning the opera, and then you have Lilu who's fighting the aliens, and it's going along with the same song that she's singing, and they're going shot for shot back and forth. It's my favorite scene.
Agreed.
I agree.
They were trying to get the tablets, the stone.
Yep.
Exactly.
Gary
Yep.
Oldman. That was classic Gary Oldman.
No, not
right
me.
there,
Not
man.
me.
An actor. I talked about Gary Oldman last night to my friend. We were talking about actors who could be so like diverse. Gary Oldman is the most diverse. With Johnny Depp, who else can be? Daniel Day-Lewis. These actors are so diverse that you just look at them, you don't even think of their name. You just see the character.
So the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon.
Yes,
He did play
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
I knew it.
he played in Dracula too as well.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yes.
I remember that.
What about you?
Well, me?
I'm sorry, I set the bar pretty.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, he
mean, you went
set the
into
bar
contrast
mad high.
Oscar movie.
You went to color grading movies, and I'm over here like, bruh.
Oh
I mean,
my
there's
God.
other things out there like, Hurt Locker, and what's the other one with Matt Damon when he's in Mars?
Martian?
The Martian.
Martian.
No, The Martian. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. There's stuff like that, and then Hacksaw Ridge. There's stuff like
Gravity
that.
wasn't bad. Now, the things they could do with these galactic movies and these space movies just
Endless.
It's insane.
Endless. Yeah.
Like you saw the way they did like the Mandalorian with like that new stage set that they got. Like,
Do you know
green
about the
screen.
stage set? No, it's not green screen no more, bro.
no,
It's
Mandalorian?
LEDs. Yeah,
Bro,
it's
it's
a
a
LED
room.
wall.
it's a room, a circle. Like
It's a
the
circle.
rotating stage?
No. So if you ever if you're on set, right? You have the green screen around you, right? What they did was they made a dome
yeah,
of LED screens. So there's someone sitting there with an iPad. I don't know if it's an iPad, but there's someone sitting there with an iPad type thing, and they can literally put the environment in front of you as you're acting
On the screen.
on the screen.
Disney.
and it's
That's why I thought it
minimal.
was a rotating thing because I saw them doing that with one of the spaceship scenes or something like
Oh,
that.
with
That's
the
what they
ship.
The
yeah, with the
warping and
ship with
stuff.
like the stars and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But they use that same set for like an environment.
That's
So they literally can shape. They can move objects to where they want it to be. It's
It's
like
mind blowing, bro.
it's
like,
mind blowing. It's
Disney
like
is
wow.
on another level, man. With their Marvel movies, everything is so
Yeah.
consistent now. It can be a different director, it can be different editors, but it all looks like one continuous, seamless story.
We're not going to talk about the Star Wars movies.
What, Star Wars?
We're going to leave those three.
We still gotta go around with
right.
what's your three favorite?
Top 3 movies. First one's got to be Jurassic Park.
We fucking
Of
know
course,
it.
I
I know
know
it.
It
Yeah.
has to be Jurassic Park.
Which
I know
one?
it.
The original.
I know it.
Yes, the original. Because
know
the
it.
original one was the first movie I ever saw in theaters that my sister and our cousin Nicole took us to.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause you right there for a second. When we get to you, I'm going to give you a stipulation before you say your movies.
Okay. All right.
Nah, so like Jurassic Park, like literally that was the first movie that I saw, and like I was like old as a kid and whatnot, seeing like dinosaurs on the screen and this and that, and that's what like really got me like to be a big dinosaur fan as a kid and all that. Seeing like just that movie, like it was just like magic and whatnot on the screen, and I believe it was just like the first movie to like really
CGI.
with the
the
CGI
first-
and
it's
stuff
the
like
first-
that.
They use both.
It's the first movie that actually used
Evolved.
computers
Yeah, they evolved the
to
CGI.
make these animals be animation wise, and dude, they led the way for movies.
Yeah, I think that was the beginning of
That was the
LIM.
beginning. Yep,
Or what
it
you
was the
call it.
beginning. It was the first.
So it was that. Second movie, I want to say, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Okay.
Take it back.
Yeah, that was like another movie that was like I liked as a kid and stuff like that. And then plus because my mother put me onto that movie and like that was like one of her favorite movies watching. So we used to like watch it all the time together, seeing that movie, and it was just like it was like a crazy like alien movie, you know, like it like could happen just like that, you know, like just seeing people
realistic.
getting like abducted and then having like this whole like mountain or whatever, which was like the meeting point for all the aliens to come and stuff. Like that was literally like my second favorite movie. And then my third, it's got to be a Bronx Tale.
Wow,
Bronx
that's
Tale.
a weird one for you, huh?
Bronx
Wow.
Tale.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I could literally sit down and watch that movie like multiple times, bro.
Wow.
That,
A
yeah,
Bronx
see, that's
Tale-
what I went based off movies that I could watch over and over and over.
Yo, the Bronx Tale, bro, like that's a classic right there, bro. One of
Yeah,
the classic
I mean, yeah.
mafia movies
Yeah. Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah. I can see that. Ish.
So- Ish.
Are we going to you now?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
So
me.
let me give you your stipulation.
Oh boy.
Because I already know what you're going to say.
All right.
If you're going to say The Lord of the Rings, you need to tell me which one.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. No.
Okay. All right. No, I thought that's what you were going to come out
No,
with.
no.
Because I know you're a huge fan.
Which that is top
I just need to know
8
which
for
one.
me, 100%.
Yeah.
But my number one ever is The Patriot with Mel Gibson. It's a really weird one. I don't know why it's like one of my favorites. I know word for word. I can literally from start to finish know everyone's lines. I just enjoy that movie just because it's like the birth of our nation. You know, Mel Gibson's such a good actor. Heath Ledger was good. He was young. Just the whole thing, you know, just being a patriot, and the story was amazing. It followed really well. Actors did a great job, even the villains. It's just a great movie. My second one would have to be Casino, acting wise.
Okay.
Okay.
3 hours is a long time for a movie. From start to finish, acting wise, you had Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. You had who else? What's her name? Sharon Stone.
Yep.
She won I think an Oscar or Academy Award for that role.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the movie was stacked. There's so many funny pieces. There's so many like scenes where it's just like, to this day, me and my friends just like recite so many lines from that movie, you know, and we talk just like, you know, the guys in the movie. So that was a great. I mean, it's a Martin Scorsese film, so like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
Can't
you know
go
what I
wrong
mean?
with that.
Like, everybody picks Goodfellas, but like Casino is where it's at, man. Casinos
I do
is
like
Yeah.
Casino.
yeah, and it's just the way they did the whole, you know, the whole casino thing back in the day. Great movie. Then my third one, which is recent, fairly recent, is Interstellar.
I like
I
that
knew
one
it.
too.
I knew it. I knew it.
Interstellar, man, had got me, man, and I was like, man, this movie is phenomenal.
And caught you with the gravity.
Sucked him
I
into the black hole.
I actually watched that movie years ago. Did not understand nothing about it.
I had to watch it twice. I'm
I
not
lost.
gonna lie.
I was lost. And then it just so happened that I watched a little video on YouTube from Carl Sagan explaining the fourth dimension, right? And I watched it and I was like, wow, this fucking makes sense. It's like, holy shit. I mean, it's a really old video from like, I want to say the 70s, 80s, explaining the fourth dimension. And when he explained it, he was explaining the Tesseract and stuff like that. And I watched the movie, and then they incorporated the Tesseract. I'm like, whoa. It's like, this is a possibility, huh? I was like, this is crazy. This might be real. And the way they explained it. But the reason why, the ultimate reason why I love that movie is because time and love is everything at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're so insignificant in this world, in this planet, that time and love is everything. And to me, that movie is the greatest sci-fi movie ever. You know, it's besides I'm a big Star Wars fan, but that movie, like, really just explains
That's definitely one
life.
of my favorites.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
It's just life in general. Like, why even stress about everything? Like, time and love is everything. You know, and that's I cry at the end of that movie every single time. When he goes and he's
was
like,
deep.
Yeah.
when he you know, he's trying to tell his daughter, he's like, Murph, and he's just like yelling.
Pushing the books.
Gets me every fucking time. Every time.
Morse
'Cause it's-
code.
yeah. It's just love. At the end, it's just love. You know, and you just feel it, just like, damn. And it's like there's no sound behind him. There's no not. And oh man, it's crazy. It's such a good fucking movie.
He's watching it right now.
Yo, it's in his
head right now.
In my head, I'm like, yo, dude, I can replay that. And then the sound. Because everybody wants to talk about movies.
No,
but,
Interstellar is-
but the songs, the themes,
Oh, the
the
songs,
fucking
yeah.
soundtracks
Hans
are.
Zimmer.
Oh, Hans Zimmer, bro.
Beast.
Oh,
My favorite. He's hands down number one.
Now
Can't
top
beat
5.
it.
Now top 10. Last Samurai is in one of them.
okay.
Hans Zimmer. Guy's a goat. He's a goat. Now you. Top 3.
I don't know if I can do top 3, but we are on Christopher Nolan, so I'm in that realm right now. I'm gonna
I
say
was, I was waiting for that.
I'm gonna stay with Christopher Nolan because he's got hits. Definitely Inception.
Okay.
Definitely. That the ending is still debated about to this day.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love Christopher Nolan's just ability to warp time. He's always doing something with time and
Yeah.
and introducing
Yeah.
it to us in a new way.
Tenet is also similar
It's
with
also
time
based
and
on
stuff,
time.
right?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
rewatch it a couple of times.
I've never seen it, so
I've watched it 3 times.
yeah.
Because I was like, what?
I've only watched it
Still
once.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm going through it a second time now.
Again,
Wow, he got you guys like that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch this.
No,
one.
it's
have to.
like Inception. The first time you run through it, you're like, "Oh, okay." You understand the whole movie, and then you watch it again, so you can be like, "Oh."
pick
Yeah, you pick up a little. Like,
Tenant? No,
No.
no. You're lost.
no.
Yeah.
You're lost. As soon as the movie starts, you're lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
That on your watch list. Put that at the top of
Yeah.
the queue. The other one I like is Memento. I like Memento.
What's,
Never
what's
saw
that?
Memento?
No.
Oh man, that movie's backwards. The guy, he lost his memory.
Okay.
And so he has to tattoo stuff and leave himself notes because he always forgets he has short-term memory loss, and he's trying to solve a crime. And the movie starts with him being at the scene of the crime and then plays out backwards.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Who's in it?
Oh man, what is this guy's name that does, he was in The Count of Monte Cristo, but he was the bad guy.
I can't believe you just said that movie.
That's one of my favorites, by the way.
Fuck. You know, I read that book. I read that book because of that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
This book dude.
Yeah.
That movie is one of the greatest, like, underrated films ever. That was with the guy who played Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
Jim Caviezel.
yeah.
I like Passion of the Christ. I cried in that movie.
Oh, I don't think
felt it.
if you didn't
It was
cry
a
in that
torture
movie,
scene.
Yeah,
if you didn't cry during that movie, just out of being a human being,
Yeah. No, it was
I
a torture
question
scene.
you.
When that
Yeah.
last thing ripped off. And,
Oh my god.
It was just everything, bro. It was. What got me was Mary. When Mary
yeah.
watching her son, like literally, like that's why I got this is because from my mom. Like this statue, La Pieta, is basically Mary looking at Jesus, like a mom looks at her son. And
Is that the one
when
where she's holding him?
Yeah.
yes, and in that movie when she is just like completely destroyed, seeing what they're doing to her son destroys me because it's just like, and you know, who knows if it's true, whatever. It's at the end of the day, it's all about human beings, how Jesus was living a good life and watching a mother, you know, watch her son go through that kills me every single
Trauma,
time.
the human experience.
100%. But Count of Monte Cristo, bro, great story.
Dude.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I've heard of it, but I never
You
watched
have
it.
to watch it.
I've never
You
watched
have
it.
to
Are you
watch it.
serious?
No, I haven't seen
homework.
it.
It's
said you got homework.
It's a great story.
It's a better
written
book.
about Alexander Dumas,
Yeah.
Okay.
who wrote Three Musketeers,
Synopsis.
Man of the Iron Mask. These are all great stories.
These all belong in the top list.
Yes,
Fucking movie.
and he was also black, Frenchman.
Oh shit.
A lot of people don't know, and he was a great writer.
I gotta watch that.
And
then.
this book, I read the book, phenomenal. Love that movie. That movie,
great
it's
book.
just like it's just basically a movie about vengeance.
I read it as a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
awesome.
when it came out, I wanted to watch it, and I loved it. And it's a great story. If when I reach the amount of money that I would like to have, I'm definitely landing in a parachute somewhere. I mean, a hot air balloon, just with the cane, with the full
and
suit
walk
on.
out. How about you need the invitations, bro? You need the handwritten invitations. Like, here you go. You're gonna come to my estate.
My own party.
Yeah.
Land like that. That's
So wait, you have
on my bucket list.
you have Memento, Inception.
Inception. I'll stay with Nolan. I'm gonna say Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger, man.
That was gonna be one of mine.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was just
You know where I'm going with this.
Okay,
What?
he
but
was
keep going.
What?
just phenomenal acting in that film, and then clearly he gave it everything he had because it took everything from him. But I'm not a huge fan of Christian Bale. Not my favorite Batman. Not my favorite Batman. I'm sorry. No hate, Christian, but you know, you did wild out on the staff. I was, you know.
Yeah.
You're not a professional. You're not a professional. So
Okay.
what I want to put out here is that I appreciate that none of us, being that we're all, you know, in the nerdy space here, none of us mentioned Star Wars. None of us mentioned a Marvel movie.
No.
None of us.
Too easy.
None of us.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking, I was like, oh, someone's gonna say Scarface. I'm glad none of you said Scarface.
Popped in my head.
Yeah,
The other honorable mention was Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way. Yeah, and then I was waiting
Benny
for.
from
Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
You gotta be nice to them.
I was like, yo, listen, if I ever came up with like a fucking like a fashion thing, clothing, my first design would be a Benny Blanco shirt. Just
my
a Benny,
God.
like, yeah, what's his name? John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Just in the.
That John Leguizamo was my favorite actor. I
Oh
love.
man.
He's very
and then-
versatile.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't say this movie, The Pest.
The Pest is my favorite comedy, but it's
okay.
not a good movie.
With him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not.
have you ever seen Wu Tang Fu?
Of course.
Yeah.
Bro, he is all of them. Wesley Snipes,
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick
Dude.
Swayze.
Woody
That is
Harrelson.
a
my
great
God.
movie.
Woody
that-
Harrelson.
and Woody Harrelson.
Yep.
He always
Now,
pops up.
and then the other movie that I was surprised that nobody mentioned, like I said, Lord of the Rings, but The Matrix.
The Matrix is.
I'm glad none of y'all
top.
mentioned. That's how I can respect you guys, because I was worried.
Actually, if you want to break down, see, because I love cinema, so I love watching movies as well.
Rogue One is my top
Star Wars film, 100%. You're
Yep.
you're a good one for that one. I agree. I 100% agree.
It was well rounded,
Yeah.
finished. It was like one
Unexpected. The end
Yeah.
was unexpected. You're sitting in the movie theater and you're like, what the
Characters
fuck
were
is going
great.
on here?
Yeah.
Where's
Yep.
where we're going with this?
You know, it was another one. Avatar. I hated Avatar.
You hate it?
Everyone talks it up so much. I'm like, I thought it was just an over dramatized sci-fi. I didn't like it.
It was Pocahontas.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You know,
If you think about it, yeah.
white man comes to the Indians. That's all it was.
White savior complex.
Did you guys remember when Scorsese made the comment about Marvel films,
Oh yeah, yeah.
saying that it wasn't
Cinema. It was like
it wasn't movies, it wasn't
popcorn.
film, it was just more of
was-
just.
popcorn something.
What do you guys think about that?
As they proceeded to
I
make
took-
billions.
I
Yes.
totally.
Yeah.
But what do you think about it? Was he made the statement that it wasn't film, it wasn't
It wasn't like it wasn't cinema.
it wasn't cinema.
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was just.
He said it was like
regular-
a popcorn film or something like
Yes.
I
What do you
to-
guys think about
I
that?
totally agree with him. You know, because you got to understand, certain movies require a certain amount of attention, right? So when I go and sit down to a Marvel movie, I put the kid on, right? I turn the kid in me on, and I'm like, oh, what character am I going to see, and what is he going to do? And oh my God, it's Iron Man. You know, like I'm not sitting there like analyzing and evaluating every single thing that they do in a movie. When I watch a Nolan movie, I already know. You better take notes, motherfucker. 'Cause you better take some shit's gonna happen. You're gonna miss it, and you're gonna be
It's
confused later.
100% that. It's like, where the fuck are we going with this?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're watching M. Night Shyamalan, right? Which I hate.
Ooh.
I
Another
like.
good one,
I
yeah.
like some of his movies, but I do hate a lot of them, right? His movies also, I'm like, yo, I gotta
The
sit
Village.
down, take some
Oh,
notes.
yeah.
Thank
Lady
you.
in the Water.
The Village is the worst movie ever.
Yeah, it was.
That
They were
village?
just in like a little community out
That
in the forest.
pissed me off. I
They were like
literally
Amish
walked out
people and
that-
shit.
Yeah, they were Amish.
They were like Amish people in
I
the middle of
walked
the
out
woods.
that theater cursing.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
But you can't bash on signs though.
No, I love signs.
Signs-
Signs,
good. No, no,
bro.
no, Signs
That
was
is.
Who's that? Gyllenhaal?
No,
that was
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Mel Gibson, and then the two little kids.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
that
Swing away.
Yo, that scene
away.
when they were watching the news and they're in Brazil and you see the
Watching
alien
reports.
walk by in the
he's
the
watching in the
alleyway,
closet.
bro. That shit gave me chills, bro. That shit horrified me for
closet.
months.
Yep.
That shit horrified me for months,
I
bro.
was waiting for you to say Transformers. I'm surprised you didn't pop up with
Nah,
that.
nah.
But that
They
goes
always
to the,
win best sound. They
Yeah.
have some of the best sound on.
Yeah. The sound on there is like crazy and whatnot.
Yeah.
because that goes back to Scorsese saying popcorn film. Transformers is a popcorn film to me. Visually stunning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's not, you're not watching it to enjoy every single aspect of the movie. You're watching these movies to just turn off for a little bit and be entertained. You're not checking on the story. You're not checking on the plot. You're not checking on the audio. You're not checking on the sound. You're not checking on the color. You're not paying attention to the pans and how it transitions and how it goes from scene to scene, you know? Like in some scenes of those movies, like all of a sudden they're in Africa. Now all of a sudden they're in New York. You don't care how they got there.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
goes boom, cut.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, you know what movie I'm surprised you didn't say? The Great Gatsby.
Oh, yeah.
Leonardo
Yeah.
or Robert Redford?
Leonardo.
That's a good. I love the story.
The story.
I love the book. Okay, it's a difference.
Yeah.
I love the book. The book is a great book. Leonardo's depiction was great, and also Robert Redford's character was also good. But yeah, I mean I just love the writing, especially at the end. You know, the green light. When he was like, oh man, I just used to say it all the time. It's like, what is it called?
The line that Tobey Maguire says.
Yeah, it was like, when he's talking at the end with the green light, he's looking at the green light, and I just always thought that was like I get chills every single time because I thought, no, I'm serious. Like I read the book and I've read the book multiple times, so I was like, that is just such a good paragraph and a good saying. But when it comes to film, acting wise, nothing beats, for me, my opinion, Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino. I don't know if you guys ever
A woman.
seen that
He
movie.
was blind.
He was blind.
And they were dancing in the restaurant to the tango.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a great scene.
Yes.
I know my movies, man.
Yes. That is an exceptional movie with a great actor who literally gave it his
They don't
all.
make movies like that anymore.
They don't.
They
They
don't.
don't.
They don't. They don't.
They really don't.
and it was a movie with a meaning at the end.
Mm-hmm.
There's
When
one.
he stood up to the school, and you ever seen that movie?
Which one?
Scent of a Woman?
Yeah, I
With
seen
Al
that.
Pacino?
Yeah.
And he just goes ham. It wasn't a shiny cut person. He was in the military. He was very like, straight edge. He was there. He lost his eyesight from throwing a grenade. He's seen guys, kids get killed. And he gave people the shit, man. And that was a great movie. And it was Chris O'Donnell, Robin.
Oh,
Robin.
He was also in the movie. He played the kid, and he learned a lot from him. But what's also crazy was in the movie, he tried to kill himself in the plaza because he didn't like the state that he was in.
Yeah, didn't he used to like rent escorts and like
Yeah.
he would stay at the hotel and he would do the same thing like
I have a saying.
in New York.
like Jack Daniels
Yeah.
is John Daniels. If you know him longer than me, like what are those things? Is Johnny Daniels. If you know him like I know him.
yeah.
It's also
was a
great.
good movie.
Those are acting, like those are movies that actors gave everything, and it just all fell into place. And I just love that movie.
There's one genre that none of you guys mentioned, and I'm a huge buff on it.
And I'm
And
No, horror movies.
anti.
movies.
Oh,
Horror movies.
and I want to know what's your pick, because I have one really good pick, and it'll be anybody's
for horror films.
horror film.
Okay.
Give me one. I hope no one says it. There's only one film that does it for me. I'm talking like you'll rewatch it over and over and over, and you'll get scared each time.
Really?
What's that movie for you?
That I could still get scared by. Man, I don't know. Some of the Amityville horrors, like the original one
Originals.
was or Texas Chainsaw original
Yes, the originals are good.
are really good.
Yeah, you going with the OGs, bro. You really are into your stuff, huh?
My mom had the OD collection, man. She
Yeah.
had all the CDs for music, all the DVDs, all kinds of genres.
Really?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
I'm into entertainment because of my mom, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, she put me on all that. But I don't know. The only it's probably because I just saw Spiral. So I'm thinking Saw. in
Oh,
my
you
mind.
saw it?
I just saw the trailer. for
Oh, okay.
Spiral With Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson, which
Yeah.
seems kind of interesting. But I like the original Saw movie.
The first one's
it's not
The
scary.
first one's good.
The first
But-
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
the
still
twist
horror. I'll give it to you.
was
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll say that. I mean, I like when I first saw The Grudge and when I first saw The Ring. Those were kind of scary.
Japanese
Back
or
in my
American?
Japanese.
Thank you.
And
He said, "Thank you."
the one where she lost her eyesight,
Oculus.
was that Oculus? That was scary.
I think it was
too.
Oculus.
Was that a Japanese horror movie?
Yeah.
That was also in
Oculus.
Japanese.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it was Oculus. Trill, what you got?
I want to say Hellraiser.
Okay.
That shit really
Okay.
screwed me up
torture
as a
back in the
kid.
day, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially seeing like Pinhead and fucking all those creatures and whatnot.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that shit.
Pinhead.
I'm gonna buy that puzzle box and leave it
No,
in your
fuck that.
apartment.
Fuck
I'm just
that.
gonna leave it here.
No.
I'm just gonna leave it in the apartment.
No, I'll take that shit and throw it right over the balcony. Fuck that shit. That shit's getting out of here.
And then you go off your room and that's just on your pillow.
I'm gonna fucking punt that shit out the fucking window, bro. That shit is out of here.
Go on Amazon.
Nah,
please buy it
fuck
right
that.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm doing, bro.
Fuck that. You'll see me running out of this fucking apartment real
now.
fast.
That used to be me with Chucky dolls, but that's not my movie.
Yeah.
Mine would have to be fucking Jaws.
Okay. Okay.
That fucked me
That
up.
definitely makes me when I'm in the
And
water.
that-
I can't say that doesn't cross my mind.
That gave me my shark phobia. Like
Oh, yeah?
I have a really severe shark phobia. Yeah.
You can't
He
even
does.
watch Shark Week.
Nope.
Nope.
Can't even
does-
take him to the
He
aquarium.
doesn't go to the
Oh
beach.
no!
Can't take him to
never
the
been scuba
aquarium.
diving? You would
Nope.
never go. Huh?
Hell no.
It took me years to figure out why he wouldn't go to the beach, and then finally one day they told me like, "Yo, he don't like sharks." I'm like, "Oh." Because we, MDW, Memorial Day weekend, we always go down to Jersey Shore, and I always wonder why is this kid not getting in the water?
I heard it's gonna be popping this year.
No, I
Have
just,
you ever had a bad experience with?
no. No, I just always just for some strange reason, not because of Jaws, but like I've always had like these terrible nightmares of the sharks. Not because of Jaws.
I do have 2 movies that did that for me when I was younger. One of them was, Psycho. I saw that when I was a kid. So
Regular Psycho, the original one. Okay, yeah.
when she got stabbed up in
really?
the shower.
I was about to say, so you couldn't close shower curtains?
I couldn't leave the door closed.
Yeah?
I had to leave it open.
No way, that's crazy.
my
Not
God.
like closing the door, man.
Wow.
I was like, especially if we like go on vacation, hotel, motel. Oh man.
He's like, nope.
You know what's another one?
Would go crazy.
What was the other one for you? You said there was 2.
Misery.
Oh.
With the legs.
Yes, with the hammering.
Oh my God.
Kathy Bates.
No, I didn't see that.
The author like crashes. It's like winter or something. He crashes. Some lady finds this author that crashes and takes care of him, but she locks him up in her home or her cabin, and then she tortures this dude pretty much because she's
Really?
like his #1 fan. She's obsessed with his books,
Yeah.
and she wants him to write more books because she wants him to write a better ending or something.
Wow.
And
That's OD.
that's classic Kathy Bates.
I used to have terrible dreams about the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
Okay, really weird. But my sister was she went to school for musical theater, and one of her favorite Broadway shows was Phantom of the Opera, and I remember watching it one time, and it was dark as shit. Like it was like the living room was dark, the way it was shot, it was dark. The fucking guy looked creepy.
Sounds like Game of Thrones.
Yo,
Game of Thrones.
I hate that episode.
the guy looked creepy and like very menacing, and he's just like singing and he's like angry, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is creepy as shit. He had like that little his face was deformed, so his lip is like dragging, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then I used to just wake up in the middle of the night thinking that he was literally walking down my hallway, and I would just get up and be like,
God.
get me the fuck out. And to this day, it's still creepy for me.
You know what?
So-
Hill House was creeping me out when
Hill House?
the first season.
Okay.
You know, the bent neck lady and
Yeah.
like it was creepy in the beginning episodes.
Yeah.
Kind of
So-
had me on edge.
There's a lot on my list.
Are you
There's
weird as
one-
shit, bro? You
I know.
fucking like
Shit, bro.
the fucking craziest things ever.
I know. So there's a lot on my list, right? I could go on forever about these movies. But there's one movie still.
Puppet Masters.
I used to get freaked out by Puppet
Those
Master.
damn
That's a good
toys. Kill people.
But I watch this movie till today, and I will have a nightmare if I watch it, but I still watch it because I love it. 13 Ghosts.
I actually
was
read up on that's a cult classic.
Yes.
Oh, 13 Ghosts?
13
Yeah.
Ghosts
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
cult classic, and I read up on all the Ghost,
Yes.
and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
I really,
But
really,
the,
you
the,
get
the visual of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the jackal, the girl with the tits out and the knife, and then the other guy with the hammer, and the guy in the suit from the mechanic.
Yeah.
Like the visuals, like it just freaks me out. Like,
yeah.
You know, I remember we went to Comic-Con and one year and someone was dressed as the jackal, which was the lady with the head in the cage and the straight
Oh, my
jacket.
God.
I couldn't go near him. I was like, nope, I'm out. Can't do it.
He's like, get me
Yeah,
out of
That
here.
movie for me, I mean, like, you know, you got Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw, Pumpkinhead, you know, Leprechaun, Freddy, Jason, Michael
You know what
Myers.
movie
Phantasm.
scared the
We
shit
all had
out
an
of me?
illegal cable box. That's what it sounds like. That's all the same movies.
Spice Channel. Spice Channel. Stop.
With or without the static.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You gotta wiggle the fucking coax cable in the back.
Yo, these kids don't know. These kids don't know.
You used to be sitting there with your friends like, I see a titty. I see a titty.
Sick titty.
The movie that scared me the most when I got home and I was literally fucking petrified, Paranormal Activity. The first time I seen that movie, no.
It was the end.
Come on.
Not even. Just the whole thing that led up to it. It was just like
Come on.
when the guy was standing over her shoulder and they just like he like blew on her shoulder. It was like and her hair came up and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's fucking
Shaky
weird as
cam.
shit. I was like, this is crazy. And then like the footsteps, I was like, this is weird, bro. I was like, this is crazy. And how it was filmed. Those guys deserve a lot of credit. It was a low budget film. They made it seem like all those characters didn't exist,
Yeah.
right? Like the actors weren't real actors. They made him literally look like you went on online to look them up.
Yep.
They didn't exist. So they did a great fucking job because I went home and like researched, and then at night I'm like, door's got to be
It
open.
was super hush.
Door's got to be open.
It's like, mom, announce yourself when you walk in.
Oh my god.
It's because of paranormal activity that I don't want cameras in my home. Because I'm like, what will I catch on there when I'm away?
Yeah.
Yo,
I hate
imagine.
looking at the ring.
Imagine.
Oh, the ring.
The second one, Paranormal Activity 2, when she's in the kitchen and all the fucking doors
Doors at
and
the
the
same
cabinets come off. And I'm like, oh, man, bro.
Is that the one with all the nuns at the end?
I
The
don't
Wiccans
know.
or whatever? They were just standing in that room. They
Probably.
were right. Oh, man. All those.
I love
creep
Insidious.
me out.
Insidious is like,
And then doesn't that link up to the movie The Nun
Yeah.
or whatever?
Really?
Yeah, they're all linked.
I didn't
Really?
know
Bunch of
that.
them.
Yeah.
The whole universe. It's all linked to Insidious.
What?
I love Insidious.
I love all the Insidiouses.
Insidious
They're
doesn't even
linked.
scare me. I just love
even
it.
La Lorena
Yeah.
is linked to Insidious.
Really?
Yeah, what was it? Insidious Chapter 3 that just came
Remember
out?
Crystalia?
Oh my god. Lorna. Lorna. Lorna.
He would just drive by. So, Crystalia, you know who he is? He's a comedian. He would just drive down LA and they had like billboards for the little.
I don't know.
I can't say
I can't say it right.
Lorena.
because he used to just fuck it up. He's just be like, oh, look, Lorna.
Lorna.
Blair Witch?
Oh, Blair Witch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was
The
way
first one
ahead of its time.
first came out. When it first came out, and everybody was like, is it real? Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they question it. Mm-hmm. That's how you know you have a good film when people are questioning shit. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when they like die at the end and
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, they found the tape?
yeah.
What?
That's the same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one with Jessica Biel.
Oh, yeah.
At the end, where the troopers go downstairs and there's all those chains hanging out,
Yeah.
and then you see him just hop out of nowhere, just like start fucking moving the chains and just going towards the
It has that camera sound effect.
the police. Yeah,
I hate that shit.
and the police start like running. I'm like, whoa, was that fucking real? Like, how the fuck did they get that
Cops.
footage?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh no, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes. Yes.
Rob Zombie is a beast.
He did a good Halloween. I don't know why people don't
I
like
think
it.
he's killed people.
What though?
Which Halloween did he do?
He did the one before the remake that they did right now. He did the two of them, right?
It's House of a Thousand Corpses, and it's
Devil's Rejects.
the Devil's Rejects is the first one I saw, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit is nuts, bro.
You ever saw that?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Shit is
I'll watch it.
wild.
I'll watch it.
Beyond torture porn or whatever they call that.
You ever
nowadays.
seen
Oh no.
August Underground Mortem?
No.
Oh no.
When you get a chance, just Google it.
No.
August Underground.
No, don't
That
do
sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible idea.
If you
Terrible,
want to
terrible.
watch it, I have a copy.
Oh no.
It's probably one of the only copies in the United States
Oh,
still.
but that means it's blacklisted.
Let me know.
Oh no.
Man.
Long story short, my mom's friend, who's a goth, gave it to me as a birthday present and didn't tell me. She said, this is a horror movie. She said, don't play it publicly. It's actually more of a snuff film.
Oh no.
And they're still not sure whether this is real or not. And I just
One
said,
of
what?
those.
And I played it. I was like, and then I played it for him and all my friends on Halloween night. People went home crying, barfing,
Oh man.
and to the hospital.
That's up there with like Serbian film and all those other
Yep.
crazy stuff. That's woof. Yeah.
We'll watch it
In
one day.
different countries, they have different rules.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope, not for me. I can't do it.
Shock and all.
Yeah. All right. So, wow. Okay. Fuck me
We can go on
up.
Friday.
Oh my god.
All right, Joe boy, lead us into the board.
So yeah, we had that the tragedy this week or whatever. R.I.P. DMX.
Yonkers own,
The dog.
New York's own,
dog.
DMX.
The dog, you know.
R.I.P. brother.
R.I.P.
Such a sad.
Yeah, that's sad, bro. Like
That hit me hard.
literally like one of the rap legends for New York and whatnot. And it's just sad, the whole story of like his whole addiction or whatever. Someone was telling me that he started getting addicted to crack because what was it, at the age of 12 they like laced his blunt or whatever.
He was 14. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was 14. He was with his idol, who I think was double his age, probably in his 30s. And they had just did a robbery. They were counting the money. And then I guess his boy went to get some weed with the money. But DMX didn't know that it was laced with crack. And then he'd never smoked weed before. So his boy, his idol, gave him the joint. He smoked it, and after that, he was never the same.
It's crazy, bro.
So
Nobody knows how big he was in the day. He was massive, bro.
When you heard that line on the Rough Riders album, the you already knew.
Yeah, man. Like, he had some bangers back in the day, like, with all his songs and stuff. Like, especially, too, being, like, one of, like, the greatest, like, New York rappers and stuff. Like, it was just, like, nuts, man. Like, the whole Rough Rider movement, the, like, discovery of, like, Swiss Beats and all that. Like, it was just crazy back in the day,
back
bro.
in the days, it was Rough Riders, it was Terror Squad, it was Bad Boy,
Rockefeller,
it was Rockefeller, it was all these groups.
Dipset.
Jam.
Yeah, man.
It was just crazy, and it's unfortunate. I blame COVID, but that's a different story.
Oh, boy.
All right. Hey, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
DMX.
DMX.
And then on the topic of Jurassic Park, you guys heard about Elon Musk
Yeah, I did.
talking about that Neuralink.
So
The monkey?
Yeah.
Palm?
Yeah.
So essentially, he's saying with the Neuralink, it's a possibility of creating a Jurassic Park, like dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, wasn't it his right-hand man or somebody?
Something like that, yeah.
That's right. He was talking about it. And we were like,
There's 3 movies that tell us it's not.
not to
It's
do it.
not a
That's
good
the main
idea.
premise of the movie.
Not a good idea.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't mess with DNA.
Or try it 3 times and then don't do it.
Watch, he's gonna buy an island off the coast of Costa
Yo, if
Rica.
Elon Musk buys an island, that's it.
It's a wrap. It's
We
game
need
over.
Jeff Goldblum to talk to him.
The Fly?
The fly.
He needs to show him the water drops. He'd be like, see?
Look, the butterfly effect. The chaos.
Oh yeah,
The chaos.
Chaos.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that. Don't mess with Mother Nature.
They're
please.
already doing it though.
Yeah.
They're like bringing back a woolly mammoth as we speak.
What?
Yes, like that whole stem cell duplication and all of that.
Then they're talking about trying to
Clones.
bring back mummies, like recreate mummies
They
using
just
the
successfully
DNA.
cloned like a groundhog or one of those
Well,
rodents.
so I did a lot of cloning research when I was younger because I was very into science fiction and I had a lot of different papers I had to write. So I got heavy into human cloning. We have cloned a lot over the years. The problem is the public just doesn't know about it. We've got pigs, we've got sheep, and guess what? We got our food is clones.
Salmon.
Oh yeah.
Our food is cloned.
Salmon. They have those farms, the water farms,
Yeah.
with clone fish. And
One of
shit.
the best clone fakes in the world that nobody knows about and doesn't want to recognize is corn. Corn is a clone. Yellow corn, that's a clone. That's not real corn.
What? Maybe. Maybe.
Look it up. Look up corn. Corn is a clone.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What do we got next? What's that say?
Oh, the COVID vaccination fact checking. The thing that you were talking about the other night or whatever. There's been like this post going around on Instagram lately talking about what you call it, the vaccine.
So there was a post going around on Instagram, and it was about how someone posted up. It's funny how over 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, we don't have a vaccine for HIV or AIDS, but all of a sudden, in a matter of a few months, we got a COVID vaccine,
And they want us to take
and
it.
they want us to take it, and you trust that? So Instagram, I saw somebody repost it. As I'm reading this post and I'm laughing at it, I'm like, oh shit, that's true, right? Instagram pops up, fact checked. Instagram now is fact checking people's posts and then sending you links to click into to get at the real facts about their posts. And it's not only COVID related, it could be anything that has to be political or anything. They literally send you a fact check link that brings you to the truth.
So are you aware of all this censorship that's been happening with, YouTube, all these different type of social media platforms? Are you aware of this? And you said before you listened to Joe Rogan, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know the other day that Spotify took down 40 episodes of Joe Rogan?
I didn't know that.
Milo was taken down. One of them, including Milo. I don't know. Yeah, what's it?
Crystalia's.
Crystalia has been taken down. A lot of episodes were taken down due to misinformation. 40.
Really?
40 episodes.
That's new.
Misinformation.
That's kind of.
It's a new playing
You know
field.
what's funny about that? I think I read something about Fox News being labeled as a satire website, platform, and so like they were saying certain shows on there people don't expect to be factual; they expect it to be satire, so that's why they allow them to do all the alternative facts and things like that. But it's funny how now they're they're allowing these, I guess, the powers that be to monitor our information, the information that we receive.
Do you know the comedian Andrew Schultz?
Yeah. Of
Okay,
course.
he has a
He does his rants
podcast
and stuff.
Yeah, he has a podcast called Flagrant 2, and he had on Alex Jones. They deleted his episode, and not only took his episode down, they also deleted his download of the episode on hard drives.
What? No, I didn't know about that. That's
Tracking
crazy.
cookies, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If it's not an external drive or something,
So the only way he had access to that episode is in his servers in New York. He's right now filming in Miami. The only way he would have had that episode is if he was in Brooklyn with his servers being saved on there. So right now, that episode does not exist at all, ever. It's deleted,
Interesting.
period, off the face of the earth.
That's wild, bro.
Because he had Alex Jones on. What he said was that he did say some things that were wrong, misinformation, and he deleted it, and he didn't feel any type of way. But it's like, what the fuck?
That's
You
the
know what I mean?
overreach.
Yeah,
The First Amendment doesn't exist in America anymore.
at this point.
It doesn't exist.
We're going to get canceled soon. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, cancel culture's happening, man.
I'm
Oh my
ready.
god,
We don't have any First Amendment rights anymore. No freedom of speech.
crazy.
Yeah.
Which is weird as everybody picks up more podcasts and all these things, and
Yeah.
just Joe Schmo, regular people like us have access to these things.
9/11 was an inside job.
This dude.
And that's it. We're done.
Cancel it.
Epstein is still alive.
All right, what's another one?
So yeah, we get into some funny stuff. Did you guys see Travis Barker get Kourtney Kardashian's name tatted on him?
I
Why?
did.
I mean, the guy has 10,000 tattoos on him, so what's the difference?
He's probably gonna cover it up anyway. But why?
I don't know.
Are they dating?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dating.
Why?
Bro, I have no clue.
You know he's gonna get it covered up.
Chris Jenner gave him money to do it.
Yep.
Yep.
The mom manager.
Manager mom.
She was like, "All right, I need you to get a tattoo of my daughter's name on you, so we get some clout."
she's a-
Yeah.
She's a genius. She's the evil genius.
Oh
She's
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
She's what was it? Pinky and the Brain. The Brain. She's the brain.
Oh my god.
She is
Kim
the
is
brains
Pinky.
behind
She's
it.
more like
Kim's
Lex Luthor,
Pinky.
bro.
Yeah,
She's more like Lex Luthor.
She got
Kim's
all the
definitely
connects.
Pinky.
she's definitely Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil. Oh my god. And then did you see the NFT of Nate Robinson
getting
selling for
knocked out?
$10 million? The meme of Nate Robinson knocked out in the ring.
Is that NFT now?
Yeah, it's an NFT.
That's the new thing.
Yep,
Guys
they-
were talking about it.
Literally, the NFTing everything, bro. Literally everything
NFT my toe.
is crazy.
10 million.
And then you got Prince Philip, who passed away or whatever. And I guess there's been like a lot of theories and shit,
Who
conspiracy stuff
cares?
and all that.
Who cares? DMX is dead. That's all we care about. Some Prince.
He was what, like 10,000 years old?
He was 99.
No clue.
He
Have you
was
seen?
99, I think.
Have you seen the
99.
meme of the Queen or whatever saying, "Oh, I'm single and ready to mingle,"
Oh, they,
and they
no.
they photoshopped her head on some chick with big boobs
Stop it.
and stuff like that. Oh my god!
Don't
Unfortunately,
disrespect the queen.
Yo, how funny would it be if she started dating somebody who was like
Stop.
95 years old?
Stop! Oh my
That
god!
would be amazing.
Who knows what the rules are anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, that just got overseen by DMX. You gotta understand.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
world's just who, you know?
But why? Why did it get
Why did
overseen?
why did it get overseen?
Yeah, it
'Cause
could
the
be a
media-
conspiracy thing
Oh yeah,
because
someone
that family linked to all the other
all the
crazy
racism
shit.
and the Meghan Markle stuff.
All
Oh
the
yeah, someone could have
crazy
taken
shit.
them out.
You
Yeah,
never
let us
know.
breathe in peace. You gotta
No.
lose yours too.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. And then you got Kim Kardashian finally becoming a billionaire with her Skims line or whatever.
Is that what it was? Skims?
Yeah, Skims. It became $1 billion
Who's
company.
buying all this merch?
What is Skims?
I guess it's like women's underwear or like
Yeah, it's underwear, but it's body shaping underwear at
yeah,
the same time.
Oh, so more stuff to fake us out. Got it.
more stuff.
Got it. Got it.
Oh my god.
How do women have so many products to make them appear fake, but men got nothing?
What, you want underwear to show you got a bigger schlong?
Yo, I want stomach slimming underwear and shirts and
They
shit.
do have.
Like,
They do that.
They look like tank tops.
I forgot what it's
Yeah.
called.
I saw the commercial like at 3 in the
Oh
morning.
my god, I
I
forgot
wanna
what it's
hide
Right
my-
called.
after head-on. Flying directly to the forehead.
Shit.
I want my man boobs
You
gone.
could get fake calves
You can.
Oh my god. Can you really?
for guys. Yeah.
Oh man, it's like that episode of Entourage with Drama. He was like
Yeah.
staring at people's calves. He's like, "Yo, you got
Drama.
killer abs.
Yeah, you got nice. You got nice
calves.
calves.
Got nice calves, bro."
All right.
And then breaking news: you got A-Rod. He just bought the Timberwolves just
Oh,
now,
yeah.
He
like
can
an hour
afford that
ago.
after Jennifer Lopez's.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He waited for her to break up with him.
Are they
Just-
broken up?
Together though.
Oh, I thought they
Well,
came back.
Allegedly, they were working it out. Who knows?
I'm so confused.
Oh, so she gave him
Wait,
permission, is
wait,
what you're saying.
She broke off the engagement, right?
Last I spoke to them on the phone, they said that they're working it out.
All right.
But what is this? Because he couldn't buy the Mets. Now he's going to NBA.
Timberwolves,
I would assume
Yeah,
so,
I
yeah.
don't know. It's mad weird.
Minnesota. What's in Minnesota? I don't see it play there.
I have no clue.
Timberwolves.
No.
Cheap and it was
Timberwolves.
available.
The Michael Jordan played for them.
What?
What?
Thank you, Jimmy Google.
Oh my god.
Google by Jimmy.
And then you got Bentley Motors. They're building
Fact
their
check that.
first Bentley Motors.
Didn't he play for the Timberwolves at
Oh.
one point?
Wizard.
Michael Jordan's. Oh, there was the Wizards.
The Wizards.
Okay.
The Wizards.
Sorry, I apologize. I mix up those flyover states.
Oh my god. And then Bentley Motors is getting into the apartment game. They're building in an apartment in Miami
Why?
right now.
Why?
I don't know. It's like some
They're
luxury
getting into real
apartment or
estate?
whatever. Huh?
They're getting into development.
Yeah, they're building an apartment in Miami.
Is my apartment going to go fast?
What?
Like, what is a motor company?
A
have to do with-
Bugatti apartment?
Yeah, Bugatti apartment. When I turn on that air conditioner, it better be like.
0 to 60.
60, real cold.
I want 60 degrees and 0 to 60. Go.
Oh my god.
Better heat up my apartment quick.
Quick. Oh man, but yeah, they're getting into like the whole apartment game, which like I understand because I guess Florida's like a hot thing right now during COVID. Everyone's moving down
Hot
there.
thing.
Yeah, you know, everyone's going down to Miami and stuff. So people are buying up property and stuff. So yeah, you know,
Word.
yeah.
I mean, Miami's a resurgence because even back in the day when they were popping, it was like in the post the Prohibition era.
Well, during the prohibition.
Miami, yeah, Miami was huge back in the 40s and 50s. Then it died down a little bit. 70s, 80s came with the
Oh,
cocaine.
the 80s. Forget about
Everybody
it.
was doing the cocaine. And then it died down for a little bit, and now it's just having its fucking resurgence.
Resurgence, you know.
Because Florida's like, yeah, we're wide open.
Yep.
Yeah.
The DeSantis is like, yeah, come
to it.
Yeah, come through. And it was like, oh, we can do
Spring
whatever we
break down
want. Like,
there.
yeah, you could do whatever the fuck you want. And
That was just wild during
Everybody's-
spring break down there. That shit was just
it's
madness.
still wild.
It still
You
is.
ended up
It
optional.
really is.
It was weaves and wrestling. I told you, weaves and wrestling.
Nah, it was just crazy down there. Still, but-
Tailgating
Yep.
out right in the middle of the street.
Yep.
Some states have actually removed the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine as an option now because of the side effects.
Georgia?
Really?
Georgia was one of them. I read today. There's a reason why. I'm just saying. Like,
Oh, didn't Texas just ban like the health passport thing?
yeah.
They're not
Yeah, they
like
said they're not
enforcing
doing
that. Yeah, they're not enforcing
What do you guys think about that passport?
that. Another way to track you.
Whatever stops you from quarantining when you get back from traveling, that's
So-
a headache.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a headache.
So here's what I'm going to tell you from my education, right? From my administrative standpoint. There is no agency that you will pay enough to actually care and follow those guidelines and track that. So in order for you to have someone tracking these COVID passports with a chip in it, you're going to have to do training or hire an entire new agency or checkers in order to track that. Because unless they're going to pay TSA more money, they're going to pay customs more money, they're going to do something with Homeland Security.
Who knows?
I don't
But
really think
isn't the
gonna work.
passport going to be on the phone?
I thought it was in the new passports.
The Excelsior is an app.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah,
talking
they
about
have
that one.
they have like the ones that you go on your phone. There's like apps and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know everything can be Photoshop and
Yeah,
tricked
that's
and
true.
hacked.
Barcode.
You know,
Hey, they're faking.
they're faking COVID results
COVID.
in the airport.
Vaccine.
They're faking COVID results. In
No,
the
the
airport.
vaccine
It's
card
not
too.
hard to,
Yeah.
to do the vaccine passport. You just make a copy of somebody that has one.
And then you just go, yeah.
Yeah, you put your signature on it.
There's
That's
no,
it.
there's-
Yo, you got
there's
me?
No system.
You got me.
You got me.
You got me, bro.
This dude.
All right, we good?
This dude is
Yeah, we're
Agent
good.
Cody Banks over here.
What, me?
Yeah, my man can Photoshop
Oh
anything.
my god.
You remember that movie back in the day, Blank Check?
Oh yeah.
That's this dude over here.
Oh my
He's
god.
the dude from Blank Check, Richie Rich or whatever. where he's gonna blank the check out for me. Yeah, he's gonna give me a
God.
COVID
Well,
vaccine pass. Do it seriously.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, good? All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for showing up. Awesome. So, this is another episode of the Last Life Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Buy this book. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Just
Do it.
Just
No, seriously.
do it.
Our boy put in a lot of effort
2
into this
years,
book.
man.
2 years into this book. Go find it on Amazon.
That's right. Amazon Ocean Dreams. You can just search Ocean Dreams Jared. That way you make sure you find mine.
I'll put up the link
Yes, please.
up on the video. Check it out. Buy it.
You could also find it on swaggernair.com.
Explain.
Drop.
Let's get into
Explain.
this.
Get into this. Let's go. Explain.
Swaggernair. I mean, that's how you first knew me.
Yes.
Swaggernair. That's one of my companies. That's my content event production company. We like to bring people together to make an impact on people's lives, just bring different professions together. The word swagger means marked by elegance, and the word unir is a Latin word which means to bring together, to combine or unite. So that's where you get Swaggernair. And that's just our mission, man, to just create content and events that bring people together for a cause, and to just build relationships. And this is one of our first products. We have some other merch, hoodies and such. You can, of course, reach out to us at swaggernair@gmail.com, or you can go to IG, Instagram, to see me on JCAMNY, JCAMNY, or Swaggernair. And you can find more about what we do there, man. But we make movies, we make hits.
Let's go.
I remember the
Right.
beginning days of that. It was like Nick Fury bringing the Avengers together and whatnot. That shit was crazy, bro. Those were the days, the Swagnair days, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
was
Shout out
crazy.
to a lot of legends out there, man.
We were doing our thing in New York City, man.
There
Shit
you
was
go.
crazy.
Still doing it.
We back.
Still doing
Still
it.
doing
Yeah,
it.
Still doing
Still
it.
doing it.
Never took off.
That's right.
Never took off. But
Still doing it.
yeah, if you buy this book on Amazon and swaggernair.com. Thank you for showing up, bro. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Glad to have you. This is another episode of Last Life Podcast. This is episode 23 or 4?
24.
This is episode 24 of the Last Life Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook, at Twitter, at The Last Slice with 2 E's. We're also on Instagram at The Last Slice Podcast. Thank you guys for joining in, listening. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining in. This is The Last Slice Podcast. We'll see you next episode. Peace out.
En silencio siempre te amaré, siempre te amaré, siempre te amaré. Necesito tanto de tu amor que ruego al destino me dé tu querer.